Okay, welcome to episode number 4 of my Overland Van Life Adventure Safari van build. And on today's episode, what I'm doing is essentially an unboxing of a Journeys off-road 3/5-inch lift kit for the Asto Safari van. But it's not really an unboxing video because I've already opened the boxes. And then also I'm going to talk about the shocks that are going to be going into my Safari van. That's pretty much it. Okay, so the lift that I'm putting in my Safari van, 1998 Safari van, is Journeys off-road 3/5-inch lift, superlift kit with the extended brake line bracket. It cost me $507 US. I'm in Canada, so I have to say that it was US. But it cost me $507 US, plus it cost me an extra $100 shipping to get it to Canada. And then to pick it up at the post office, I actually had to pay another $95 Canadian to pick it up. That was like duties and taxes or whatever. Not 100% sure, but I had to pay $95. So that's essentially $700 US. So with that's almost $1,000 for this lift, which kind of feels expensive. But this is the lift that I wanted for the van, so that's how much it costs. It is what it is. Yeah. So the super. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Unbox. Came in 2 boxes. Probably why it cost $100 to ship it. So basically this lift is 2 of these, which are the front the front spring hangers. I don't know exactly actually what way they go. I'm thinking this way, times 2. And just looking at it, they do feel like pretty sturdy. Like I come from actually, it's my current truck. My current truck is a 1995 Toyota 4Runner. It's all lifted up and such. And I'm sort of into off-roading. And to me, these look sturdy. And I have relative experience. But yeah, they look pretty good. But it's essentially these. These holes are drilled to make the front of the rear tire move back or forward. I don't remember. It centers it in the wheel well, so you don't have to do as much trimming, which is part of the reason why I wanted to do this lift specifically. So those are the front spring hangers. We'll go box number 2. This is the big box. And we got rear hangers. I don't know which way they go either. But obviously, it's all adjustable, so I have multiple different heights that I could raise it, which is probably 3, 4, and 5 inches, if I had to guess. Again, these feel pretty solid. And it has a grease nipple right here, so you can grease it. You should grease it. Grease will come out. Hopefully, it'll prevent it from squeaking and stuff. But this, actually... Basically, the rear leaf spring is going to hang in between these 2. And that gives me my lift, essentially, for the rear. And again, it all feels pretty solid. And I think they're powder coated, not painted. But it feels decent. And it looks decent. There's a couple spots. Whatever. There's a couple spots on here that... got like tiny little nicks, probably from shipping it. But I can't really find one here, and I don't really need to point it out. So that's that. But it does have a tiny little bit of nicks. Not concerned. Overall, pretty good quality, in my opinion. And then in the front of the van, so the Asto/Safari vans have a front subframe and then rear leaf spring. So we lift the rear leaf springs with the mounts. And the front is essentially a body lift. So I got 6 of these 3-inch pucks. They're some sort of plastic material. I probably should have looked up what it's called, but it's pretty standard. So I got 6 pucks, which will give me my 3 inches of lift. I got body lift screws or bolts, which I assume is longer for the 3-inch lift kit. That's for all that. And then one of the other reasons why I bought this kit is because it comes with a steering rod extender. Basically goes on the end of your steering shaft, slides on the splines, it goes into your steering box. So when you add the height of the pucks, you can still, your steering still functions. Anyways, I didn't want to buy this anywhere other than, or do anything makeshift. I wanted it to be right, so I thought it was worth the money to buy this kit, partially for that. It also comes with some thread lock, I think for the body lift screws or bolts, but I think everything honestly could probably use it. And there's actually an extra pack in there with my steering shaft extender. Anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. And then I got 2 bolts here, which are for these on the driver's side, I think. So basically, the driver's side has the gas tank that is in the way of pulling the factory bolts out of the front hangers. So in order to remove them, you gotta either drop the gas tank, which is a pain in the butt. If you've ever done that, not good. Or you cut the bolts out. So this kit supplies you with 2 new bolts for that side. So essentially you can loosen them, cut them, replace them, not have to drop the gas tank. Again, that's probably not really worth the money per se, but that was another reason why I bought the kit instead of trying to source this any other way. It just felt a lot easier. And then this kit also comes with front bumper relocation bracket. And I guess these bolts, I feel bad, I should have looked this up, but I don't know if these bolts for sure go with this or they're just packaged together. But this is to relocate when your body lift, your bumper is mounted to your frame. So when you lift your body off your frame 3 inches, your bumper will now be 3 inches lower than your body, which looks terrible. So the relocation bracket, another good thing about this lift kit. This is the final piece in the box. This is my rear brake line drop bracket. So this brake line drop bracket, I don't even know. I guess that's a 2-inch drop. That's about a 2-inch drop. And I guess when your rear springs hang lower on the extended things, your brake line gets too tight. This is supposedly extends it. It adds another $15 to the price. But actually, this is a prime example. I don't know if you can see that, but that has a couple nicks in the powder coating, probably from the shipping. But especially specifically for this part, I really honestly do not care about a tiny little bit of powder coat nicks. Anyways, that's essentially the lift. I don't know what else to say. So basically this lift, I think, is actually going to be fairly straightforward. As long as I can get the bolts undone, they're not rusted to all heck, I should be able to get this done. I'm going to go ahead of time and spray it with some PB Blaster, like rust penetrant, and hopefully it helps make it go smooth. But yeah, the rear is just the extended things. It's not that many bolts, so it actually should be pretty straightforward. The front is the 6 body bolts, but also I'm gonna have to cut some fan shroud out of the way to make room for the body to go up. It would interfere with the fan. Got to cut it so the fan can spin freely. And there's one other thing. Also, one thing, my van was lowered, so when I lift this up, I'm gonna have 3 inches of body lift on the front, but mine was lowered with the torsion bars by loosening them to drop down the front. I'm probably gonna raise it up 2 inches, so along with my 3 inches of subframe lift, I'm also gonna crank my torsion bars up, and because mine are already so low, I'm probably gonna gain like 5 inches of height at the front, maybe. Yeah, I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to mention about the lift that I knew I was going to have to do, but I can't think of it. So I'm just going to say the fan shroud needs to be cut. Bumper needs to be relocated with those brackets, which actually be pretty straightforward. And I just have to make sure all my hoses and such are like not, when you lift the body, just make sure nothing gets caught or pulled in an awkward position. Otherwise, I think it should actually be pretty straightforward of an install. And I have watched some videos online doing this lift, and they basically said it's not that hard. And I'm relatively competent as a mechanic. I did build my 4Runner, so I think it should be easy. And honestly, I would have already got it going, except the weather's been crappy, so I've had to stay inside. So I'm very disappointed because I really need to get this lift on my truck so I can drive it and put it on the road and sell my 4Runner so I can afford to buy more parts for the rest of my build. Anyways, that's about that as far as the lift is concerned. But along with this lift, you don't just need a lift, you need to buy lift and shocks. So for my shocks, I bought coilovers. It's nothing fancy. They're Monroe. What are they? Load adjusting shock absorbers. So they look like coilovers, and honestly, I think they look kind of badass from a distance at least. And I think they're going to look sweet on my Safari van. But anyways, sorry. I like them. I'm totally distracted here. Yes, some rear Monroe shocks. I got the information for these straight off of the Journey Off-Road website. It has like technical information on the website, which is like my main source of information here. And it listed this as a fit for the extended lift. So the product number for this is 58618. And these shocks, as you can see, they are mighty firm, so you can't compress them like easily to put them in. So actually, watching online, they kind of seem like a real pain in the ass to get in. But I think, I really think these are going to be helpful for my van, because these are supposed to add like 1,200 pounds worth of payload capacity to your vehicle. And considering I've added, well, I haven't fully added, but I'm going to add a lot of weight to the back with the bed and shelf and yada yada yada, and all sorts of camping gear and a dog. I'm going to be pretty weighted down. And considering my leaf springs are from 1998, I feel like there's probably some sag already in there. And this should help me out and theoretically be good for towing. And when I got a canoe in the roof, I just thought the extra payload capacity was going to be worth it. And they look cool. So I heard mixed reviews. On the internet, but I just thought it was worth trying it out. I paid, what did I pay here? $123 on Rock Auto for the pair of these. They're sold in pairs. So I paid $123 for that pair, which that's Canadian dollars, which feels like very reasonable in my opinion. My front shocks were actually slightly more expensive. Sorry, Sorry, they fell out of the box. Box comes with instructions. Shock. Sorry, a couple zip ties. And a KYB Monomax sticker in the box. Anyway, so that's the front shock. On Rock Auto. Oh. Sorry, I thought I could compress this and show you the difference of how... Oh, sorry, it's just me making stupid faces. I can't really compress these either. But I paid $129 for the pair of these on Rock Auto. And under the Safari van section, I don't know if you've been on Rock Auto, it's all divided by parts and yada yada yada. It's under the premium quality replacement shocks, because these are replacement length, because the body kit does not affect the length of the shock, unlike the rear. So these are just straight replacement KYB Monomax, $129 a pair. The product number is 565062. And I don't know, I kind of like the red. I think it might look cool, but that's just me. But yeah, overall, I'm excited. I'm actually so stoked to have this lift. It's come in my house. I've only had my Astro van for about a month now. Safari van for a month now. But this thing's been sitting in my house for damn near 2 weeks, just bugging me. So I'm excited to get it in. I'm not really sure what else I need to say. I'll say what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to fit 31-inch tires, which in metric is 265/65 R17s, I think. So I've held off buying tires. I've looked on Facebook Marketplace and I found some good deals. But I just don't want to pull the trigger because I want to lift it up and see what it looks like. Because these rims are not factory Safari van rims. I was told they came off of a Chevy Impala, like a 90s, early 2000s Chevy Impala. And I have no idea what the offset or anything is. And I just worry that they're going to be weird and I might have to get a different set of rims and totally different set of tires. But theoretically, I should be able to fit 31-inch tires with some trimming on the rear and the front of the fenders. Yeah. Sorry, I kind of butchered that a little bit. Yeah, relatively minimal trimming, hopefully. And I think it'll look really badass when I'm done. Yeah, I think that's really all I can say about that. So hopefully next episode, episode 5, will be me installing this lift. If it's a really long episode, it might go into 2 pieces, but considering I just did this as one full episode, I'm going to try to make it one episode, because it's not really a how-to video per se. I'll kind of go over the important details, but there are very good how-to videos online already. Mainly the Journeys Off-Road page themselves have a very good installation video, and it gives you like step-by-step instructions. And also I watched a video of the Shreddist, I think it was called, and he did a pretty good video that I probably will have less detail. But I have no idea, because that's the future, and I can't tell the future. Yeah, so anyways, next episode, installing the lift. Hopefully the weather's good. That'll make my day very happy. And then after that, I have some van maintenance. I pulled my battery out of my van. It's now sitting on my back patio. It needs to be replaced because it is dead. Cold weather and sitting killed it. So anyways, that needs to be replaced. But underneath, I found the battery tray was totally rusted out. So that needs to be replaced. And then I got to do some maintenance. The brakes need to be flushed. Power steering flushed. I got a lot of work ahead of me. So anyways, I don't know. I'm just rambling here. So anyways, that's it. That's episode 4. I'm done. Bye.